On the day of the reading of the will, the siblings sat in their father's study, their hearts pounding with uncertainty. The lawyer arrived, looking serious. As he opened the will, the siblings held their breath, waiting for their father's final words. "You are my beloved children," the lawyer began. "But there is a hidden will." The siblings exchanged worried glances. Why was there a hidden will? Their hearts raced as the lawyer continued. "In this will, your mother is not your biological parent." The revelation struck them like a lightning bolt. Confusion, anger, and betrayal washed over them. Their mother, Mama Nkechi, had kept this secret all these years. How could she? The room fell silent, and the siblings stared at one another, each feeling a whirlwind of emotions. The sun set behind the tall buildings of Lagos, casting long shadows over the city. Mr. Okeke, a wealthy businessman, gathered his family for dinner in his lavish home. The table was filled with delicious food, and laughter echoed through the rooms. Chika, the eldest daughter, smiled at her younger brother, Obi, and sister Ada. They were happy, unaware that everything would change in an instant. As they ate, Mr. Okeke suddenly clutched his chest and fell to the ground. Panic erupted. Chika rushed to her father's side, crying out for help. Obi and Ada were frozen in shock. The family doctor rushed in, but it was too late. Mr. Okiki was gone. The days that followed were a blur of grief. Friends and family gathered to pay their respects. The once vibrant home felt cold and empty. Chika, Obi, and Ada tried to comfort each other, but a heavy sadness hung in the air. On the day of the reading of the will, the siblings sat in their father's study, their hearts pounding with uncertainty. The lawyer arrived, looking serious. As he opened the will, the siblings held their breath, waiting for their father's final words. "You are my beloved children," the lawyer began, "but there is a hidden will." The siblings exchanged worried glances. Why was there a hidden will? Their hearts raced as the lawyer continued. "In this will, your mother is not your biological parent." The revelation struck them like a lightning bolt. Confusion, anger, and betrayal washed over them. Their mother, Mama Nkechi, had kept this secret all these years. How could she? The room fell silent, and the siblings stared at one another, each feeling a whirlwind of emotions. After the lawyer's shocking revelation, the atmosphere in the study grew tense. Chika's heart raced, and she could hear her own breathing echoing in her ears. Obi stared at the lawyer, disbelief etched across his face, while Ada sat frozen, her eyes wide with confusion. "Are you sure?" Chika finally managed to ask, her voice trembling. "How could this be? Mama Nkechi is our mother." The lawyer shuffled through the papers in front of him. "This will was written before your father's marriage to your mother. It states clearly that he wished to reveal this information only after his passing. He felt it was time for the truth to come out." Obi shook his head, struggling to comprehend. Why wouldn't he tell us? Why hide something so important? The lawyer looked sympathetic but firm. "Your father had his reasons. He cared deeply for you all. It seems he wanted to protect you from pain during his lifetime." Chika felt a surge of anger. "Protect us? This is betrayal." She slammed her fist on the table, making the papers rattle. "What else did he hide from us?" The lawyer continued. "The hidden will mentions a trust fund, which will be divided among you. However, if you wish to claim it, you must first confront your mother about this information." A wave of shock washed over the siblings. Confront Mama Nkechi? It felt impossible. The woman who had raised them, loved them, and cared for them was now the center of their confusion and pain. "What do we do now?" Ada finally spoke, her voice small and shaky. Chika stood up, her mind racing. "We need to talk to Mama Nkechi. We deserve answers." Her determination was palpable, but deep down, fear gnawed at her. What if the truth was even worse than they imagined? As they walked out of the study, the siblings felt an invisible chasm opening between them. Each step was heavy with unspoken words and buried feelings. Chika could sense the tension, the suspicion, and the anger simmering beneath the surface. They found Mama Nkechi sitting alone in the living room, staring out the window. The sunlight filtered through the curtains, casting a warm glow around her. But her expression was anything but warm. When she turned to face her children, her eyes were filled with sadness. "What did the lawyer say?" she asked softly, almost as if she already knew the answer. Chika felt her heart race. "We found the hidden will, Mama. It says you are not our biological mother. Mum and Ketchy's face paled. "I see," she whispered, tears welling in her eyes. "I was afraid this day would come." Obi stepped forward, anger boiling within him. "Why didn't you tell us? How could you keep this from us?" Mum and Ketchy shook her head, tears streaming down her face. "I didn't want to hurt you. Your father loved you, and I loved you as my own. That is what matters." "But it's not just about love," Chica cried out. "We need to know the truth." "Why did he hide it?" Ada added, her voice breaking. Mum and Ketchy sighed, her shoulders slumping. "Your father had a difficult past. He made mistakes, and he didn't want his past to affect you. He wanted to protect you from that pain." Chica felt a surge of frustration. "But we deserve to know. You can't protect us forever." The tension in the room crackled as they waited for Mum and Ketchy to respond. Finally, she took a deep breath, her voice steady. "I will tell you everything, but you must promise to listen without judgment." The siblings exchanged glances, uncertainty etched on their faces. They knew this was the moment that could change everything. "Okay, Mama," Chica said slowly. "We promise." With that, Mum and Ketchy began to recount her story, revealing secrets that had been buried for years. As she spoke, the siblings listened, their hearts heavy with the weight of new revelations. They were about to uncover the truth about their family, but they had no idea how deep the rabbit hole went. Mum and Ketchy took a deep breath and wiped her tears. "It was over 20 years ago. Your father was a different man then. He was ambitious and wanted to make something of himself. He had a relationship with another woman, Ifeoma, before we met." The name struck Chica like a slap, Ifeoma, the name they had only recently discovered. "Who is she?" Chica asked, her voice filled with curiosity and bitterness. Mum and Ketchy looked down at her hands. "Ifeoma was a beautiful woman, and your father loved her. They had a child together, but due to circumstances, they separated. When your father met me, he wanted to start fresh, and I believed him when he said he had left that life behind." The room fell silent, the air thick with tension. Obi clenched his fists, struggling to control his emotions. "So, you lied to us? You let us grow up believing we were a complete family." "No, I didn't lie. I loved you as my own. Your father made me promise to never speak of Ifeoma or their child," Mum and Ketchy explained. "He was afraid of losing you if the truth came out." Chica felt a whirlwind of emotions. Betrayal, anger, and sadness washed over her. But why did he keep that will hidden? Why didn't he tell us before he died? Mum and Ketchy sighed, her eyes glistening with tears. He thought he could take the secret to his grave. He didn't want to disrupt your lives. Your father was always trying to protect you, but he didn't realize that secrets can hurt more than the truth. "Now we're left with this mess," Obi exclaimed, his voice rising. "We don't even know who we are anymore. If we have a brother or sister out there, what does that make us?" "Obi, please," Ada said softly, trying to calm him. "We need to think this through." But Obi shook his head. "No, we deserve to be angry. This isn't fair. We were never given the choice to know the truth." Mum and Ketchy's face crumpled with regret. "I never wanted this for you. I wish I could change the past." Chica felt a knot tighten in her stomach. "So what do we do now? Do we go looking for this Ifeoma? Do we want to meet a half-sibling?" "It's your decision," Mum and Ketchy said. "But I urge you to think carefully. The truth can be painful, and you must be ready for whatever you find." Chica looked at her siblings, searching their faces for answers. She could see anger, confusion, and a hint of fear. "We have to know. If there's a possibility that we have a brother or sister, we can't just ignore it." Obi nodded reluctantly. "But it won't be easy." "We can do this together," Ada added quietly, trying to bring them together. The conversation shifted as they discussed their next steps. They agreed to investigate further, even if it meant confronting their father's past head-on. Mum and Ketchy watched them, tears streaming down her cheeks, feeling helpless. As they left the room, a heavy silence hung in the air. Each sibling was lost in their thoughts, the weight of their father's secret pressing down on them. Chica felt a mix of determination and fear, knowing that the journey ahead could either tear them apart or bring them closer together as they gather their thoughts, preparing for the difficult road ahead. But just as they think they have a plan, the phone rings. It's a number they don't recognize. Chica hesitates before answering, and the voice on the other end sends chills down her spine. "I know about the inheritance, and I have information about Ifeoma. Meet me if you want the truth." Chika's heart raced as she hung up the phone, the weight of the stranger's words hanging heavily in the air. "Who was that?" Obi asked, his brow furrowed with concern. "I don't know," Chika admitted, her hands trembling. "But they mentioned Ifeoma and our inheritance. They want to meet us. What do we do?" Ada's voice was shaky, reflecting the uncertainty they all felt. "Should we trust this person?" "We need to know more," Chika replied, her determination reigniting. "If they have information about Ifeoma, we can't ignore it." Obi nodded reluctantly, but Chika could see the apprehension in his eyes. "When do we meet them?" he asked. "They said tomorrow, at a cafe in the city," Chika replied. "It's just a short drive from here." The siblings spent the rest of the evening discussing the possible implications of the meeting. As they prepared to leave, Mama Nkechi emerged from her room. "Where are you going?" she asked, worry etched on her face. "We're going to meet someone who knows about Ifeoma," Chika explained. "They said they have important information." Mama Nkechi's expression turned grave. "Be careful, not everyone has good intentions." As they left the house, the siblings were filled with a mix of anxiety and anticipation. The city bustled around them, the sounds of honking cars and chatter filling the air. The vibrant streets of Lagos felt alive, yet the weight of their father's secrets loomed over them. Arriving at the cafe, they spotted the familiar green and white awning, but the atmosphere felt foreign and charged with tension. Chika took a deep breath and led her siblings inside. They scanned the cafe for the mysterious stranger who had called, their eyes darting from table to table. "Where are they?" Obi whispered, nervously tapping his fingers against the table. "Maybe they're late," Ada suggested, trying to soothe her brother's nerves. "Let's just order some drinks and wait." Just as Chika was about to agree, a figure stepped through the door. A tall, slender woman with striking features and a confident demeanor strode in, her eyes searching the room until they landed on the siblings. The moment their gazes met, Chika felt a chill run down her spine. "Are you the Okeke siblings?" the woman asked, approaching their table. Her voice was smooth but carried an undertone of authority. "Yes, we are," Chika replied cautiously, her heart racing. "You called us?" The woman smiled faintly, a glint of mischief in her eyes. "My name is Amara. I know your father's story, and I have information that may change everything for you." Chika exchanged worried glances with Obi and Ada. "What do you know?" Obi pressed, his voice firm. Amara sat down, her expression shifting to seriousness. "Your father, Mr. Okeke, was a complex man. He didn't just have a past with Ifeoma. He had a whole life that you don't know about, and he wanted to protect you from it." "Protect us?" Chika scoffed. "All he did was create a web of lies. How is that protection?" Amara raised her hands in defense. "I understand your anger, but I assure you, he meant well. He loved you. And he was trying to shield you from the pain that came with his past decisions." "What do you know about Ifeoma?" Ada asked, her curiosity piqued despite her apprehension. "Quite a lot, actually," Amara said, leaning forward. "Ifeoma has a daughter named Neka. Your father supported Ifeoma and her child financially, but never publicly acknowledged them. After your father's death, Ifeoma reached out to me, desperate to connect with her daughter's half-siblings." "Why would she want to connect with us?" Obi questioned, skepticism clouding his features. "Because she wants to make things right," Amara replied. "She believes it's time for the truth to come out. Neka deserves to know her family, and frankly, so do you." Chika felt a wave of confusion wash over her. "How do we know you're telling the truth? How do we know you're not just trying to take advantage of us?" Amara reached into her bag and pulled out a faded photograph. She slid it across the table. "This is Neka, Ifeoma's daughter. I've worked with her and Ifeoma to help them find closure. I can arrange a meeting between you and Neka." Chika picked up the photograph, her heart pounding as she studied the girl's face. There was an undeniable resemblance. Neka had the same strong features as her father. It was unsettling and yet strangely comforting. "I don't know if I'm ready for this," Chika said, her voice shaking. "What if this only brings more pain?" Amara looked directly into her eyes. "Life is full of difficult choices, Chika, but confronting the truth may be the only way to find peace. You can't change the past, but you can shape your future." Obi clenched his jaw, frustration building. "And what's in it for you? Why are you helping us?" Amara leaned back, her gaze steady. Because I believe in family, no matter how complicated it may be. I've seen the pain of secrets, and I want to help you find resolution. I want Neka to know her siblings, and I want you to understand the legacy your father left behind. The siblings were silent, absorbing her words. Chica felt torn between fear and hope. She glanced at her brother and sister, searching for answers in their faces. Let's think about it, Ada finally said, breaking the silence. We need to discuss this as a family. Amara nodded, respect in her eyes. Take your time, but don't wait too long. Neka is eager to meet you. The truth has a way of creeping up when you least expect it. As they left the cafe, the siblings walked in silence, the weight of Amara's words hanging heavy in the air. The city buzzed around them, but their thoughts were consumed by the possibility of a sister they never knew existed. What do you think? Obi asked, breaking the silence. Should we meet her? Chica sighed, rubbing her temples. I don't know. Part of me wants to know more about her, but another part is terrified of what it means. I want to know, Ada said quietly. If there's a chance we can connect with her, we owe it to ourselves to try. She's family, just like us. Obi frowned. But what if this only complicates things? We already have enough on our plate with Mum and Kechi and the inheritance. Chica felt torn, but she couldn't shake the feeling that they needed to confront their past to understand their present. Let's take some time to think it over, but I agree with Ada. We owe it to ourselves to explore this connection. As they made their way back home, the siblings felt a sense of unease settle over them. The road ahead was uncertain, filled with questions about their family and their father's choices. Would they find comfort in the truth, or would it only lead to more pain? As they arrive home, ready to face the weight of their mother's secrets once more. Just before they enter, Chica receives another text message. This one from an unknown number. I know you're looking for Ifeoma. You should be careful. Not everyone wants the truth to come out. The siblings' hearts raced as they processed the chilling message. Chica glanced at Obi and Ada, feeling a knot of anxiety tighten in her stomach. What do you think that means? She asked, her voice barely above a whisper. I don't know, but it doesn't sound good, Obi replied, his brow furrowed. We need to be cautious. It's clear someone is watching us. Ada's eyes widened in fear. What if this person is dangerous? We're already dealing with so much. We can't afford to put ourselves at risk. Chica felt a mix of determination and dread. We can't back down now. If we want to uncover the truth about our family, we have to face whatever challenges come our way. As they entered their home, the familiar warmth of the living room did little to ease their anxiety. Mum and Kechi was waiting for them, her expression a mix of concern and curiosity. How did the meeting go? She asked. Chica hesitated, exchanging glances with her siblings. They hadn't yet decided how much to share with their mother. It went, okay, we found out some information about Ifeoma. Mum and Kechi's eyes narrowed, and Chica could see the worry etched on her face. What information? You must be careful. This is a sensitive topic. Obi couldn't contain his frustration. Why didn't you tell us the truth from the beginning? We have a sister out there, and now we don't know what to believe. Mum and Kechi sighed, her shoulders sagging under the weight of their anger. I did what I thought was best. I wanted to protect you from the pain of this revelation. Your father and I agreed that some secrets were better left untold. Protect us? This is madness, Chica exclaimed, feeling her anger boil over. We deserve to know who we are. Enough, Mum and Kechi shouted, her voice cutting through the tension. You must understand that I never meant for any of this to happen. Your father's choices were his own, and he believed he was doing what was right for our family. The siblings fell silent, their anger simmering beneath the surface. Chica could feel the weight of their father's secrets pressing down on them. We just want the truth, Mama, she said softly. We're tired of living in a world of lies. To see how the story unfolds, please like, subscribe, and write return now in the comment. Don't forget to write where you are watching from. It helps us to know when to post the next part. Only on African Tales Retold.